lucky to have our motorhome here in the factory for 2 weeks, and we thought we'd take this opportunity to show you guys inside when it's a bit quieter, so if you want to come in. This is the entrance to our motorhome. As you can see, we've got all lovely black and white pictures on the walls and actually upstairs as well. Obviously our current car, and also quite a lot of respect for our heritage. You can see Jim Clark over there. And to the left of me is where the driver's rooms are, and the shower and Tony's room, but we'll get to that in a minute. And upstairs is where all the sort of hustle and bustle of a typical race weekend is. So we should go upstairs. So this is the upstairs. As you can see, we've got a huge, massive, long sofa made out of leather. Actually, it was designed by Sylvie and also Vivian, who's Nico Rosberg's girlfriend, and they put this whole design together. There's actually enough, I think it was around 70 people to be in here at one time. Normally all the food is laid out in the buffets here, and you always get a choice of what you want to eat. The teams are fed here as well, so we all come up for breakfast early morning, we get lunch in the garage, and then come back for dinner once all the guests have gone. And just down the steps here is where all the catering is. So over here we have our TVs. Obviously these were given to us by LG, who's one of our partners. And this basically means that all of our guests can watch the action. Obviously when you're at a track, you sort of see the car going, and then it's gone. So they can come back here and catch up on the live timing and seeing where we are. And also all the GP2 stuff that happens over a race weekend and Porsche Cup. So it's always everyone wants to sit in this seat because they're quite comfy. Obviously it's very different in here now. Normally you'd have people sitting up at the bar, and Fatna always asking if someone would like a drink or something, and the drivers are sitting here, and Tony's laughing and inviting guests up. So it's always busy, and there's always this excitement, obviously, because these people are at a race weekend, and usually guests are people who don't often go to a race. So it's a really great place to come at a race weekend, and it's the real sort of heart of Lotus Racing where all the food and drink is. But now we'll go downstairs. So in here is Jarno's room. Basically this bench can be pulled out and it becomes his physio table where he can get his massages and de-stress. During a race weekend we've got TVs and cabinets and places in there where he can put all of his helmet and race suit and stuff, and not get too hot or sweaty, particularly when we're in some of the hotter climates. Just to my right we've got the nice toilet, which is a real behind the scenes look. I don't think any other team would show you their toilet, but yeah. In here is the shower. Again, obviously when the drivers get a bit hot and sweaty, they can come in here and cool off and get clean again. Just over here is Heikki's room, exactly the same as Jarno's, just the other way around. And then finally, this is the boss's room. This is Tony's room, so this is where some serious meetings happen. We have some nice chairs and a nice table, and obviously big screens again, and a nice picture on our wall. That's our car running in Malaysia, which was obviously our homecoming, our first homecoming. So it's quite a poignant picture to have, I think. And yeah, again, they're all air conditioned, all very comfortable, and all can be very private. So this is where the business goes on. And now we're going to go back upstairs. So this motorhome is situated with all the other team motorhomes at a race weekend. You see sort of at the other end of the grid the Ferrari and the McLarens. They have this sort of massive trucks, 4-story high buildings where they host all their guests and everything, and that's because every year, depending on how well you do, you get a certain allocated amount of space. So the better you do, the more space you're allowed. So obviously Ferrari do very well, and they've got 2 motorhomes, one for their media and one for their just for their guests. So ours is pretty small compared to the others, but hopefully if we finish in 10th this year, we'll get a slightly bigger space next year. And so on and so forth. But this motorhome is really nice just for what we have. It's very simple, very humble, very understated. We never wanted to come to the pit lane and go, whoa, look at us. We always wanted to be professional. So yeah, everyone seems to like it.